The alicorn nodded in interest. Wow, she marveled. I always wondered how changeling culture worked in terms of reproduction. Fluttershy, who had returned from upstairs after breaking up the full fight, turned to her friend with wide eyes. Really? She asked, cringing. The princess blushed. I mean the whole thing with the queen and all. So now we have to find Princess Bellatrix before Christmas croaks, Scribble continued. She apparently has to get some royal blessing or it won't be official or whatever. One thing I don't get, Twilight said, turning muzzle. Why don't you want to be king? I mean, with you ruling the changes, you might keep them under control and find a way for them to feed on enough flour to survive without hurting any pony. It, Mudbug gulped, glancing at his fiancée. It wouldn't work out for me and Screwy. Why not? Fluttershy asked, shaking her head. King and changelings or not, can't you still be together? The changeling turned to Screwball, who gave him a pleading look. I can't marry a pony and be king, he said bluntly. Screwball sighed in relief. Neither of them wanted this girl to know the option of turning Screwball to a changeling. But maybe this princess could be a better queen than Chrysalis, Fluttershy suggested. She did leave the hive for some reason, Screwball pointed out. I'm sure she's lovely. I suppose, Twilight said, rubbing her chin. And finding the lost princess could get the changelings on our side, and we can work out a treaty of some sort. So you will help us? Screwball pleaded. Delico nodded. Of course I will. But what do you need my help? You can use the location spell you show me. She took out the crystal brush. See, we even brought something of hers. I suppose I could. Twilight scrutinized the younger mirror. Haven't you been practicing spells I taught you? Scrubble stammered, her cheeks turning red. Look, can you do a location spell or not? Twilight rolled her eyes. Give me the brush. Scrubble held it out as the princess lifted it with her magic and set it on the coffee table. She stared intently at the brush for a few seconds. Then she closed her eyes as her horn glowed. A pink shot from her horn to the brush, engulfing it in bright magenta. When the light diminished, Twilight opened her eyes. The brush was still glowing, but the magic had turned green. Then it slowly rose on the table and started spinning in place. It's searching for her, the alicorn explained. The brush came to a sudden stop as it pointed in one direction. Twilight smiled in triumph. It has her trail. So now what? Moth inquired. Now we have to follow it. Okay, Scribble chimed, hopping off the couch. Let's go. Hold on, the squirrel exclaimed, standing up. What makes you think you're going? The two of you are grounded, remember? His daughter scowled. Dad, this is important. Twilight shrugged. Finding a lost changeling princess is a pretty big deal. But no point says you have to go, the squirrel argued. I mean, Twilight here has a spell. She can find her on her own. The alicorn shook her head. Even if I do find her, she won't trust me. After all, I have a bad reputation among changelings. Not to mention I'm a princess to an enemy kingdom. It's best that Mother comes along so I don't alarm her. But Screwy doesn't have to go! Skull put her hoof defiantly around Muffle. I go where he goes. What? Honey, Fletcher said softly, touching his shoulder. Screwball told her not to make her own decisions. You know she'll be alright. She has your magic after all. She turned to Screwball. But you should wait a while before you leave. You two didn't get any sleep last night and you haven't had breakfast. Twilight nodded. Your mother's right. We should prepare ourselves before heading out. Who knows where this brush will take us? I suggest we leave later this afternoon, so you two have time to rest and eat. I'll go get supplies from the library. Twilight, Screwball said, summoning a large brown backpack. Right. But I'll still have to send a message to Fudge that I'll be gone for a while. He's in the Cruz Empire on business. She gasped. Oh gosh, he won't be back for 2 days. Fudge, do you think he can take care of Twinkle until then? But of course. Fletcher smiled. Every point jumped as the castle suddenly shook. An earthquake! Sandy's voice came from upstairs. Is that the best you got, Twinkle Toes? How about a volcanic eruption? He's not serious, is he? Twilight questioned. I'll look into it, this girl volunteered. He disappeared and returned a few seconds later, wearing a smile of satisfaction. I put them in a timeout. That should keep it quiet for a few minutes. Twilight looked at him nervously. Uh, what exactly do you mean by a timeout? Flushing threw her hoof around the alcove and forced a smile. Don't worry. She's in good hands here. Then it's settled, the suit declared. We leave this afternoon. The screwball bit her lip. We? I'm coming with you, of course. You didn't think I was gonna let you go on this close without supervision, did you? Twilight. Besides, it never hurts to have another cat claw on board, right? Dad. Screwball said, laughing nervously as she pushed the jug quickly towards her room. Can we talk? Talk? Disco repeated. I know that word. It's never anything good. She slammed the door behind them and turned to her father sincerely. Look, Dad, she sighed. How do I say this? She took a deep breath. You can't come with us. Disco was taken aback. What? Why? Well, she bit her lip. See, you... His arms drew to his sides. You don't want me around? No. It's just that when you and Mother are together, things can get pretty ugly and... Oh, I see. He glared at her as he overflowed his arms. It's him, isn't it? Dad, please. Now that you have your big, strong, chancy fiancé, you don't need your own daddy protecting you anymore. Is that right? Dad, stop. This is something I have to do on my own. No, it's fine. I can tell when I'm not needed. After all, I spent the first 1,000 years of my life not being needed. I just did that my own daughter. Dad, I didn't mean like that. Why you always gotta freak out about everything? You know what? Forget it. You want to go on the squad so bad? Then go. Don't let me slow you down. He fled out the room before Screwball could say anything further. She pressed her back against the door and slowly slid to the floor, groaning in frustration. She hated getting into fights with her dad, because he hardly ever let her get a word in. When he did, he wouldn't listen and take everything the wrong way. But she really didn't want him to come. Not only would he spend the entire journey lecturing her multiple on how unmarried couples shouldn't hold hooves, but this was something she wanted to do alone, without his help. This problem involved her in mothball, and only they should be working to fix it. They needed Twilight for the location spell, but her dad would just get in the way. Still, she wished she hadn't yelled at him like that. Things are going to be a little slow, just so you know.